Talking about cut action. We're talking about. We got to laugh out of here. Quite on the set. We're actually in a studio here. Builder.yaml.de, which is a CSS framework.
It's this little Ajax toy that you can play with. To me, it's a toy.
It's an Ajax.
It's a high-end UX. I don't know what it is. Anyway, you go there and you can decide the whole shape of your website page. So I want a header. I want 3 columns. No, I want 2 columns. No, I want this column over there.
Yeah.
And I want the content display order to be 1, 2, 3. No, I changed my mind. I want it to be 1, 2, 3. Right. So that when the search engines are reading your
cascade
page, which they start in, you can do all that stuff. You can have double footers, double headers, and all this other stuff. And you lay it out in this thing. It's a drag and drop type of an interface. And when you're done, you push the button, it spits out the frame, the whole frame for you, and you can take the frame, which is these files that have maybe, I don't know, 40 lines of code, and you drop that in to your website where you already have the whole YAML installed, the rest of the CSS. Your whole page shifts around in one click. So I can take I can give that tool to my clients and say, I want you to pick out the shape of your page. Do you want 2 columns? Do you want 2 columns on the home page? Do you want the inside page to look different? They can literally play with it. And email me the code, and then I can drop it in to Expression Engine with the Sitekit, and suddenly their site takes that shape.
It's like done.
And then I can send that on to the artist who's going to do the artwork, and say, here's the client wants their sub navigation on the right. They want their content on the left. They don't want a header. They want the content to start right up at the top.
And then the artist is just using a YAML-based setup grid system probably.
No, the artist is free. The artist can get the dimensions off. I can send them the column dimensions.
So that's all they need is the column dimensions.
If they want to use those, or they're free. Our artists, what we do it a little bit differently. Sometimes we tell our designer, don't go any wider than 960. Just to make sure that we fit in the little laptops. She sends us back the artwork, and then I'll go to the builder.yaml.de, and I'll look at her artwork and go, okay, basically this is 3 columns. So it handles all the sub-columns too. So if in a big column you want to split that up differently and stuff, it's got little bits of code that you can just throw in it. And it because Dirk, who designed this thing, spent way too much time on his computer. When you drop in some of his code, everything just magically works across 16 different browsers, including some browsers whose names are not worth mentioning.
Yeah, so this is the YAML code kind of just works across.
It just works, and that saves me so much.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just
so much time.
Complete number.
It's turned out to be a really good way of us for a small shop to get a lot done. And at the rate, because we work with schools and nonprofits, we keep our prices down to a price point where it's really hard to deliver all the features and stuff that they're expecting. So anything we can do to shorten up our development, hours and our redundancies, and still, kick out something that passes the W3 validators, passes the Wave accessibility standards, stuff. Then we figure it's cool, and we just boxed it up. We were going to write it for our interior staff first, and we just decided, we could probably sell this thing. But we didn't want to give it away because we wanted to be able to support it. Yeah. And support takes time when that time is money, and so we sell it.
Cool.